welcome. Good. Yes, actually. Anyway, no problem. Today we wanted to study qualifications of Christian teacher. We learn about the Christian teacher, how to do, and then the qualification of the Christian teacher might be the balanced nature of each individual. From their perspective, there are spiritual, mental, social, and physical characteristics that are important qualification for Christian teachers. Christian teachers. We are Christian teachers. First one is a spiritual qualification. First of the important for Christian teacher is a spiritual qualification. That is true because the essential of the human problem is a spiritual nature. But more, the nature man is suffering from form of spiritual death, and his or her greatest need of spiritual rebirth. The John chapter 3. We need to truly, I say you, unless you born again. Born again. Born again means is the new baby, not just a baby. We are spiritually newborn. Mean is the Christian is the change their life. They believe Jesus Christ. Their life is changing as like a newborn. This one is the spiritual qualification. Yeah. Second character is the mental development. Second is mental development. Christian teachers who are continuous growth in their own. Their literary qualification are no less important because they are inspired by the broader goals and higher motive. They may even have gone beyond the average of their profession, and they will undoubtedly strive to move above the minimum established by accrediting agency. Christian teachers will be individuals who are able both to view and to communicate subject matter of their specific in context of the Christian worldview. Mental development is mental. Mental is the similar emotion. Emotional mean is the mind. Mean is your teacher. As your teacher, you teaching your student how to do. Your student, you are open mind, open heart, welcome the student willing to participate, or student involved in your lecture. That is one of the characters of the Christian teacher. Third one is a social qualification. The third area of the development that should be looked for Christian teacher is their social qualification. Social qualification is the social relationship. Mean is Christ with his purpose in the gospel make an interesting and profitable study. Some of the social characteristics found in the life of Christ is the tactfulness, patience, sympathy, insight into problems of others, ability to convey a sense of the personal concern to them, ability to gain their respect and confidence, firmness when needed, flexibilities, and impartiality. Impartiality is in. Partiality is separate. In, not separate. Mean is a social qualification. You are lived in here, what's going on? Your relationship, people. Mean is Christian teacher. You are Christian teacher. You are communication your student as the social network. Next, the qualification is the physical qualification. Fourth sphere of the teacher qualification is physical qualification. Christian teachers need greatly benefit by good health. Yes. Mean is the Christian teacher. Actually, this one is not even Christian teacher. All of teacher should good health. Without good physical qualification, it is impossible to maintain the reflection of the image of Christ. Christian teachers should be individuals who seek physical health and balance in their own lives through following the rule of health and God has built into nature world and revealed it in His word. Mean is that we are maintain our physical health, exercise the sports, or you are good health, eat good food. Christian teachers are striving for or in the continued improvement of their personal qualifications is the same as the goal they are seeking for their student. Restoration of the image of God physically, mentally, spiritually, and socially. This balance there was found in life of the Christ will form the base for their professional education. I mentioned as you are Christian teacher, physically, mentally, spiritually, socially, you are prepare yourself as a teacher. That is the essential qualification. Curricular consideration. Curricular consideration is very important. In the education, curricular is combined to what kind of subject you are teaching in class. First one is the what knowledge is of the most worth. Worth is the valuable. Christian educators know what knowledge is of the most worth because they realize humanity's greatest need. They know that the Bible is a cosmic revelation that transcends the limited realities of humanity, and they is not only reveal the human condition but also remedy for that condition. They teacher realize that all subject matter becomes meaningful when it seems the light of the Bible. Mean is the all subject matter is the meaningful because that is the you are see the all subject. Subject is a teaching subject. We seen the light of Bible. View of point. Light mean is viewpoint. Viewpoint of Bible. Christian educators did not focus on the pattern of the knowledge in relation to each center, but how to apply what they knew. Therefore, the challenge confronting the curriculum developer in a Christian school is to move beyond the curricula that focus on bite of the piece and to move into position clearly, purposefully integrate. Integrate is combine the detail of the knowledge into biblical framework. This means is that you are create, make curricula according to biblical framework. That is that you are thinking about what is the worth, what is valuable. Second thinking is the unity of truth of God. A basic postulate underlying the Christian curriculum is that all truth is God's truth. Basic foundation. From the biblical viewpoint, God is creator of the everything. Therefore, truth in all fields stem from Him. God created all. This is the God is true. Failing to see this point clearly has led many to develop a false dichotomy within the secular and the religious. Meaning is that sometimes we did not have the God create all things. They have a departure from truth. This is the dichotomy is the separate. Separate mean is the secular and religious is separated. Your thinking is religious is not important in your life. Mean is the but is God created all nature. Mean is our religious fundamental is all nature, include everything in our context of subject matter, art, policy, any the math, history, every subject, every teaching subject is the same, based on root on the Bible. Implied that religion has to do with God, while secular is separated from God. Secular is separate. No, not separated. From this point of the view, the study of the science, history, or mathematics is seen basically secular, while the study of the religious, church history, and ethics is viewed as religious, separated. But our point of view is the integration. All through in the Christian curriculum, whether it deal with nature, humanity, society, or the arts, must be seen in proper relationship to Jesus Christ as creator and redeemer. All things is combined. It is true that all truth is not treated in scripture. For example, nuclear physics is not explained in the Bible. However, does not mean nuclear physics is not connected with God's nature law. Means even nuclear physics is not listed in the Bible, but God's nature law is the combined to nuclear physics. That it does not have the moral and ethical implications as its applications affect the lives of the people. Jesus Christ was the creator of all things. Jesus Christ is not the religious subject that people had chosen. Christian teachers must apply to the curriculum that all truth are united by the truth of God. All things is God's truth. John chapter 1, verse 3, all things in here, all things were made through him, and without him was not anything made that was made. All things made by God. The third one is a strategic role of the Bible in the curriculum. Bible is an important role in our curriculum. Bible is the foundational and contextual document for all curricular items in Christian school. This is a postulate or nature outcome of the biblical centric. Biblical is the main revelational epistemology. Just as specific revelation forms the base of epistemological authority, so it must also the foundation of the curriculum. Teaching authority of the scripture, right? Commit the believer as certain focal points and so provide an interpretive framework on overall glimpse how everything related to God. For Christianity, Bible is both foundational and contextual. Bible is the center of the educational fundamental. Bible provides a pattern for thinking in all areas. This line of the truth that many Christian educators to see the Bible as the integrating point at which all of the knowledge comes together for the contextual interpretation. The Bible is the focus of the integration. Integration is combined for all knowledge because it provides the unifying perspective that comes from God, the source of all truth. Figure 3, okay, this one. Figure 3 is show up biblical perspective. As like the box is the base, is biblical foundation. And inside history, mathematics, literature, science, other criteria is inside. Mean is biblical perspective is the fundamental basis, and the other thing is under the basis. This one is our idea. Figure 3 set forth in the integration model. It indicated that we must approach every subject in the light of the biblical perspective. The broken line in figure 3 showed that there is no specific division between the variable subject. let alone false dichotomy between the sacred and the secular. The two-head arrow indicate not only fact that biblical Bible help us understand every topic in the curriculum, but also that is study history, science, and so on shed light on meaning of the scripture. In this here, this year is the biblical perspective is combined, connected, related to the any subject of the teaching context. Even you are history, you are teaching history. History is connect biblical perspective. Mathematics is biblical perspective. Science, nuclear science. Nuclear science is atomic. Atomic is one of the particle of the nature. Mean is the God created nature. The nature law is the applied nuclear physics too. That is related. God has revealed himself through the Bible in a special revelation and through the world of the nature in general revelation. There is a two revelation, is a special revelation, and second one the general revelation. General revelation is the nature through the creation. We can grasp the significance of the general revelation only the light of the special revelation, but both shed light on each other, since all truth has the origin in God. Every topic in the curriculum impact every other, and all become the most meaningful when integrated within the biblical context. We continue focus on the integration. Four is the contextual role of the biblical perspective. The interpretative function of the literary study has traditionally been approached in two different ways, which may be illustrated by drawing A and B. Figure 4, drawing A represents the classroom approach in which is major emphasis in literature qualities of the material, and which is Bible or ideas from the biblical may be used from time to time as a side. This one. Sometimes the context is the literature, is Bible, and religious is the one of part of the literature. But this one is the different concept. Biblical perspective in literature inside is a different concept. Our viewpoint is this one. Our Christian worldview. Worldview is the biblical perspective. Drawing B is represented the study of the literature in the context of the biblical perspective and what the message means in terms of the humanity's the universal and personal dilemma. As such, is view literature from the distinctive vantage point of the Christianity, include the context of the abnormality of the present world and God's activity in that world. From this position, the study of the literature in Christian institution can be richer than smaller study in non-Christian institution. Non-Christian are handicapped by lack of the all-important terms of the insight and the interpretation of the biblical view of the sin and salvation. This does not mean that such literature element as a plot of the style as unimportant, but rather that they are not the most important aspect of the literature study within the context of the Christianity. Everything is included in context of the Christianity. Worldview, culture value, culture world, and conflict in the school. One of the challenges that must face in the development of the biblical oriented curriculum is the several worldview that permitted temporary society. It includes postmodernism, which is no genius worldview. It exists in the reality that old worldview or grand narrative are human constructions. The cultural war and school struggles are of the crucial importance for Christian schools and biblical-oriented educators as they discuss and implement curriculum. As a result, teacher training program in Christian school needed to raise the worldview issues of the larger culture to the level of the conscious philosophical discussion. It means is a teacher study in school impact the teacher and new worldview in biblical perspective. Essential for the preparation of the science teacher is study in such area intelligence design. Is not confused with Christian creationism. In intelligent design, since the middle of the 1980s, design advocated argued that Darwinism is not supported by the fact of the science, nor it is the metaphysically neutral. Intelligent design advocated the developed a data bank and a logic that can defend accepted Darwinism. Okay, Darwinism, Charles Darwin is the single cell, unfortunately multi-cell, and then multi-cell create the small organic, and then this one is the improved something like the develop, and then human. Something like Darwinism is the teaching in school, but this one is impossible scientifically. Is intelligent design. Intelligent design suggests God design human nature or all creation. Even the DNA is genetic code in the human on all the creation is the tree or the animal is different DNA. Never developed. Never monkey to change human. The DNA is separated. Absolutely. This one is the meaning is God created design each animal, each tribe. Tribe means is the human nature. Is the intelligent design approach. Christianity and the radical reorientation of the curriculum. The Bible provides a framework of the troubled world. Bible provides a pattern which give interpretative meaning. It is from the perspective that Bible is the focal point of the integration for all of our knowledge. Example, mathematics. Like Christianity is built upon the unprovidable postulate beyond that assumption, such as orderliness of the universe. Validity of the empirical observations are metaphysically and epistemological presuppositions. Metaphysical and epistemological presuppositions are underground science, but are rejected by many modern people in both Western and Eastern culture. It is essential that these assumptions of the scientific mathematical reality be made evidence to students. Students are often take these assumptions of the scientific and the medical reality in fact is invisible, unlimited. To be average student who has the range in the age that has placed its own critical faith in science and mathematical rather than in the creator. This integration is most nature at elementary, secondary, and introduction college level. Since courses at these levels provide the intellectual context for such advanced courses as theoretical mechanics and advanced calculus. Christian math, science teacher. Even you teach how to do. You are Christian teacher. You are teaching the math, teaching science. Also created to utilize the nature point of the integration between their subject matter and their Christian faith. Mean is you are Christian faith and subject matter is integration is needed. For example, mathematics certain has contained point with the Christian faith when it deals with such area infinity. Infinity. Infinity is the unfinite. Finite is limited. And the existence of the numbers in order are the part of the daily life. From music to crystallographic and astronomy. The world of the mathematical precision is God's world, and mathematics is no outside of pattern of the God's truth. Mean is that you are. Infinity is here, our life, unexpected. We cannot expect it. Balanced curriculum. Christian schools should provide a balanced curricular program for the development of the variable aspects of the student as they need to restore their original position as being created image and likeness of God. Image of God. Human. Mean is each student, each person, it has the God's image. Mean is your life, your thinking, very similar. Only God created the human as image of God. Neglect the balance between the physical and mental development find its root deep in the history of the past, particularly in Greek idealism. Greek philosophical thought brought not only anti-physical bias of the Western educational world but also bias against recognition of useful vocations as valid educational endeavors. In the early century of the Christian church, there was amalgamation of the Greek thought and Christianity with some very non-Christian that result traditional in Western education. You remember, biblical position is not anti-vocational. Vocational means is a job. Yeah. Jesus was educated as a carpenter, and the Saint Paul acquired the art of the tent making, even though in his early life it appeared that he would not have to rely upon his trade for a living. Likewise, the Bible is not anti-physical. God created the physical world and said was very good. There is no separation between soul and body in the Old and New Testament. On the contrary, Bible provides the concept bodily resurrection. Paul noticed defiantly that body is indeed the temple of God. Body is temple of God, and they that what people do with their body should glorify their Maker. Maker is greater. Integration of the curricular program beyond the learning of the specific subject matter, integration in Christian school is more important. Yes. integration. There is an informal and non-null curricula. Sometimes in the public school, they did not have the informal and non-formal curricula. But in Christian education, they adapt a lot of the informal and non-formal curricula. Educational experience of the Christian school is obviously wider than subject matter developed in the formal curricula and taught by teacher in the classroom. School teaching the student informal curriculum. Informal is the formal is the given time, location. Informal is the not given. Anywhere. Even camping, even afternoon, after school, yeah, and church setting, anywhere, any program. The informal curriculum is sometimes referred to be extracurriculum program. Falling within the informal area is the multiplicity of the organization and activity, such as club, musical group, athletics, work experience, school publication, and so on. This one is not curriculum. Club, musical group, athletic, work experience, school publication is not formal education. But that is informal, but they teaching the value. These informal curricular aspects Christian school must be brought into the harmony with the purpose of the institution and integrated with Christian message just as the formal curriculum. If school is not to given dichotomous message to its student, constituency, and onlooker. In the realm of the informal curriculum, both faculty and student body needed to search the Bible for those principles that give guidance. Then faculty and student body apply these principles to both a selection and implementation of the all programs and activities in the Christian school. Such approach will enrich informal curriculum, yes, and then enhance our individual lives and school to make attitude and practical integrating the message of the salvation. Another informal is something like the volunteer. Volunteer is the one of the I show you some in United States, something like this one special President Award recognition. This program is something like President recognition for your volunteer. Mean is some people the service voluntarily any kind of service without payment that is recognized as the president recognition, and then they received the specific medal, some recognized the hour is defined the silver and bronze, silver, gold is lifetime is they are given to the opportunity recognized. This is very, very sometimes important. I'm not sure you have any children. Children go to the university, their high school boy and girl, they recognize their social service for public service as volunteer. That is one of the recognized. The null curriculum includes areas that without content, theme, point of the view, and then procedure. The null curriculum usually not use the art, play, critical analysis. In contrast, the implicity and informal curriculum use this area procedure. Null curriculum simply does not call them attention, but this null curriculum is there is operative in the situation but unnoticed. The null curriculum is important because it's the contribution to each effort on the total educational program. Everything in Christian educational program is done because they are justifiable reason. Sometimes you are meet as personally. You and your student discussion as counseling. This is non-curriculum, not designed. Teacher listen students the voice and then give it to the advice. Yeah. Even our life is the same. Another concept is values education. Value is very important. Why value important? Value is the exchange. $10 value, you buy something. 100 you buy more. You 200 more value. This one is something like a value. Which one is the more valuable? Thinking about. Value though in the biblical based school system will not relate exclusively to individual valuing but also reflect upon the social whole. Social whole is the whole bunch of the part. At times, Christian school issued that the way governance use power, the self-interest motivation of big business and the labor, and the plant of the poor, in line with the Old Testament prophet, Christian education will raise significant issues related to social justice. Sometimes you meet social justice in the unjust world because biblical value. Even you see some event happen in your world, how to see which one is more valuable. Because biblical valuing is concerned with the public as well as private world of believers. Mean is the two, both public and private too. Christian educators must constantly keep in mind both the crucial nature of the values education and the problem of the ethical relativism in their school. Maintain a Christian focus. All of the activities in the Christian school should hold the center of the Christ. Yes. According to both first great commandment and the 10th commandment, Paul noticed that there are things that are lawful but not helpful for Christian growth. Christian institutions need to develop as the integration. Continue, we are focused on the integration of the Christian focus in either its formal and informal curriculum too. Combine. Christian school must never forget that there is controversy between the focus on good and power of the evil between our epistemology, metaphysics, axiology, and our individual lives in Christian curriculum. The conflict between, yes, conflict is some kind of trouble, disagreement between Christ and Satan is also impedance in the curriculum. The Christian school is the battlefield, yes, in which the focus of the Christ are being challenged by the religion of the Satan. The outcome will be determined by the position that the Bible holds in the Christian school. If our school are to truly Christian education, the biblical perspective is in our school, should in our school, must be foundation and the context of all of our school. Yes. Biblical perspective is a foundation and context all over our school. This class is Christian education. You are focused on biblical perspective. Matthew chapter 22, verse 37. You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your mind. First Corinthians chapter 10 verse 23. All things are lawful, but not all things are helpful. All things are lawful, but not all things build up. Yes. Something like that you are focused on the all biblical perspective applied to all mankind. Methodological consideration. Methodological is the method. A major determinant of the teaching and learning methodology of any philosophy of the education is goals of that philosophy and epistemological metaphysics framework. Christian teachers need to come up with a unique, original way of teaching in same sense that Christianity is a unique faith and Christ is a unique person. Mean is a unique and original way. Mean is you are teacher. How to teaching? Specialized. Something like I'm teaching the classroom. I use the special handout and then tablet. Sometimes the multimedia. You teaching your class a lot of the tools. Obviously, Christian educators need to use many of the same methods as other teachers. They need to select emphasize those methodologies that best aid them in help their students to develop Christ-like character. Yes, we selected good methodology. Education, thinking, and self-control. Because human can think reflectively, human can make meaningful decisions in regard to their own courses, action, and destiny. Students in the Christian school must be educated to think. Yes, for themselves rather than merely be trained by skill. No, not only skill. Thinking about himself. As animals are trained, while man being created in God's image are educated. Mean is the animal, no image of God. Human only image of God. Mean is human is thinking. Animal cannot thinking. That is fundamental difference. It is true that there are some training aspects of the human learning procedure. However, those training phases generally take place when person is very young or mentally impaired. The idea is to move as rapidly as possible with any given student from the training process to more thinking, reflective, educative process. I think you are in here, but it's not only listen and thinking together. Any subject matter study in this school. If the aim is goal, is education is the restoration of the image of God in fallen humanity, then the aim of Christian disciples is self-control rather than controlled by others, both in mind and conduct. God is seeking the development of human beings related to Him because they see the beauty of His way and have consistently chosen to unite their wills with God's will. Important one is that you should unite, combine your wills, intention to God's will. Human has experienced that world, reasoned from the cause to effect in regard to the direction of their lives and chosen to respond to God's love. One possible model that can use illustrate relation external manipulation to internal control for moral development chosen is shown in figure 5. Figure 5 is here. Figure 5, this model illustrates the relationship between internal and external control and running process that is goal of Christian education. Self-control is goal of the Christian education before young people leave the guidance of the parent and teacher. If young people have self-control to live Christian life, self-control is very important. How about your life? In your life, you control yourself? Sometimes it's not easy. But Christian life should control your life, self-control. They can internalize the principle, relationship, and value of Christianity in their life. External control and internal education perspective point with individual being and maturity. Maturity is grew up. You should mature in your life. Beyond cognition to community in responsible action. What does it mean, cognition? Cognition is the understand, just understand. Commitment is the willing to spend the time intentionally work. Instrumental methodology in Christian context must move beyond strategy from passing on information. Information, yes, cognition is information. Christian education must aim to produce. Produce means is make. Alternation, what student tendency learning. Christian school must move beyond the technique for merely teaching the knowledge and ability required for acting responsible. Thus, a program Christian education will take the further step. More step, cultivating the appropriate tendency in the children, include the tendency of the learning. Mean is we are needed to commitment. The Bible and the instructional methodology. Bible is the central epistemological source of the Christian and provides the wealth of the information in both the Old and New Testament in required methodological used by the Lord in the process of the education. The Old Testament revealed that ancestor Israel was immersed in total educational environment that aid spiritual, intellectual, and social and physical development of each citizen, God's people. Israel's educational environment was structured to provide lifelong learning. Total your life experience from the birth to the death through the holiday, sabbatical year, worship, historical memorial, the art, home, instruction, public and private reading of the Torah, and a host of the other devices. Mean is the totally. Life is the lifelong education in Israel. Also, Jesus Christ used several methods. The center of the learning and the teaching methodology in the New Testament is Jesus. We can learn about the appropriate method for conveying Christian message, both the in and out of the school through an examination of the specific technique of the teaching of Jesus Christ used, how Jesus Christ relate to the people. The first teaching methodology, the power of the Christian Christ is parables. Parables are the day word drawing from the experience of the everyday life of his hearer. Jesus used a parable that is deal with the lost sheep, the sowing of the seeds, and the good Samaritan. Jesus saw the people through their daily experience. Proverbs arouse their interest, engage their mind, and help them remember the story and the lesson as they interacted with the subject of his proverb in their daily business. Means proverb is very, very useful tool to understand very easily. How about I lost the sheep? One owner lost the sheep. How to do? Maybe shepherd will find the lost sheep. Try. As like the gospel, Jesus Christ used the lost sheep. He explained how to do. We need to find the lost sheep. Sowing the seed. Sowing the seed is the seed needed to earth. And then seed is die. After die the seed is the under the die, and then earth in the put and the tree or some other creation is happen. Why? Why seed is die? Seed is die is a new creation, new start. Yeah. Something like the God, Jesus used the proverbs. Second illustration, the method used Jesus Christ was the object lesson. People use the image. Jesus stand on the hillside and Jesus talk on the topic is anxiety. While talking with Jesus reached down, plucked the lily, note its beauty. He given the lesson about do not anxious about because God so clothed with the glass of the field of the certainly Jesus used the coin in his discussion with the scribe and Pharisee in God to the pay the tax made his company word more effectively. Yes, Jesus used the object, lily, and then some used the lily cloth. God take care your life as like the God take care lily. It's beautiful. This is the objective teaching. According teaching method used repeated by Jesus was that thoughtful, compelling question. Thought compelling. Push to thinking. Yes. Study of the gospel revealed Jesus used 213 separate questions. After duplication has been accounted for, Jesus used question to drive home spiritual truth, to drive out response for the commitment, and combat his detractor. Therefore, using question of Jesus can be seen by the classroom teacher as teaching device, counseling technique, and instrument to help maintain classroom control. Something like ask you, some Socrates is teaching. When he teaching, he asks questions. Jesus' teaching methodology utilized both theory and practice. For example, period the instruction devoted to disciples were punctured by period when they were sent out to apply what they have learned. Mean is God Jesus Christ sent his disciples to the world. Yeah. This is one of kind. We are teaching. I am the teacher teaching the student, and the student practical. This is the methodology of the Jesus Christ. Okay, thank you so much. Today I'm closing this class here. Okay, anyway, this class is used my textbook. Everybody remember my schedule, and then this book is the any student. I think the school has the several books. If you wanted to keep the textbook, you can find it at Amazon.com, and then Christian Philosophy Education for Teacher, equipped with biblical perspective and Christian worldview. This one is a textbook. I give you this one is my manuscript is I'm teaching this class. Okay, thank you. Next week, social functions of the Christian. Okay, see you next week. Thank you so much, everybody.